If we want to optimize our health as parents, we need to follow 3 simple steps. You see, we always try and overcomplicate things, and that's going to just lead to us falling off because we can't do it all. I've seen it happen so many times, and I know people want to get ahead quickly. But if we can simplify things, we are going to get much further ahead in the long run. So if you follow these 3 simple tips, you're going to help optimize your health as a parent. The first one is to simplify your training. You see, many people will look to see what is the quickest way of burning calories. If one of the goals, as is really common, is to burn fat, well, it isn't always as simple as let's just go for a long run and let's focus on the calories that are showing on our Aura rings, on our Apple Watches, on our Whoops or Fitbits or whatever it is we're looking at. But get your movement in, get your steps in, and have a look at what is going to be better for me for the long-term goals. One of the ways of doing that is to focus on retaining as much muscle as possible and getting your strength up as much as possible. I don't mean you have to go and look jacked and go into the gym 10 times a week, but weight training is going to be your friend. And I don't also mean doing the weight training where you're using 2K weights for 30, 40 reps. I mean actually pushing yourself and you're pushing your body. That whole body sessions are going to be the most bang for your buck. These whole body sessions are going to be where you focus on getting as many muscles working as possible. One of the benefits there of if you get these muscles working as much as possible is that if you miss a session, say your child is off sick from school, or something, just life throws a curveball at you, you had a bad night's sleep because they were up all night, or just you were up all night, then your body will still get trained equally. It won't be like you're skipping leg day all the time, or you're skipping upper body day all the time, or you haven't done your cardio. If you get everything focused into single sessions that train your whole body in the week, then you're going to be able to get ahead more effectively and utilize your time more effectively. You can do this by getting bands that you can do at home, getting kettlebells you can do at home, or using dumbbells and using body weight. You can put bottles of water in a rucksack and use it for rows and all sorts of things. It's about thinking outside of the box. Just because people say weight training or resistance training doesn't mean you even have to go to the gym. It's about pushing your body, using it to get this overload when you're contracting your muscles to get ahead. What you need to do is find what works for you. Find things that you can stick to. Now, one thing I do see a lot of people doing is that they double up on routines. They wait until the weekend, then they've got classes and they've got the app on their phone at their gym and they say, I'm going to do combat, I'm going to do pump, I'm going to do circuit training, I'm going to do 2 or 3 classes in a row to get this big 800-900 calorie expenditure, but your body is just stressed out. Don't be stacking up on these classes. Focus on recharging. If you want to do a class, do 1 or 2 a week, but make sure you're recovering from that. Honestly, I would focus on just getting into the gym if you go into a gym rather than classes and do full weight training sessions. The second thing is to focus on your meals. What we say when we focus on our meals is you need protein in there, you need color in there, and you need blood sugar management in there. What do we mean by that? Well, protein is going to be getting the protein as the foundation of your meals. Now, protein is going to be things like your meats, your chickens, your beef, your pork, your turkey, having your fish in there, things like that. Dairy, eggs, they're going to be more protein-based meals. And as a result, what happens there is that these meals are going to help you recover. You have your protein as a base is going to help your body recover, not just from weight training. Protein isn't something that makes your muscles grow big. It helps your body recover, not just from training, but from the stress that raising a child gives to you, from life and all the things that it gets thrown at you, from the toxins, from the stress, from mental and physical stress, all these things. Protein is going to help you recover from. It's also going to allow you to feel fuller for longer. The other thing is getting a variety of color, not beige. Make sure that you are getting a variety of color into your meals from vegetables that are full of fiber. Now, they're going to be your broccolis, your cauliflowers, your aubergines or eggplant if you're in the US, your courgette or zucchini if you're in the US, or tomatoes or tomatoes or whatever we want to call it, potato, whatever these things are, that we get plenty of fiber in there. These vegetables not are just going to be full of fiber, but they're also going to be full of antioxidants. And these antioxidants are going to help your body once again recover from the free radical damage of simply living life. And what we mean by free radical damage, as our body goes through every single day, it has oxidative stress, free radical damage onto your cells that we need to recover from. And we need antioxidants to help you recover from that. Not only that, is your body is going to be feeling much more energized, much more fuller for longer, but protein and vegetables are going to help manage your blood sugar levels much more effectively. Now, so many people will have these afternoon energy dips, and so many people have them that people think it's normal. It's normal to need a caffeine shake in the afternoon or a caffeine drink in the afternoon. People think it's normal to have this afternoon energy dip and to need some sugar, but it's actually common. It's this dip in blood sugar that we need to push back up again. So what we can do is have proteins, we can have vegetables through the day that will help keep our energy a little bit more consistent. Not only that, they will help you sleep better through the night. So if you're someone that wakes up multiple times during the night, try and get your protein up through the day, try and get your fiber levels up through the day, always have 2 or 3 veg with every meal, and watch your sleep improve so much. The third thing that we need to do to optimize our health as a parent is build up our nervous system. Basically, don't stress. Obviously, it's a bit more in depth than that, because if you're anything like me, if someone just says, well, just don't stress about it, that stresses me out. But we have to focus on recovering our nervous system. And one way of doing that is to actually sleep. Now, yes, I know your children may be waking you up through the night, but on nights that they don't wake you up, are you sleeping through? And if they are constantly waking you up, that they're not sleeping through the night, think of the things that we've said about the protein, the vegetables. If you're leading by example, usually our children will then be like, I want to eat this stuff as well. So many times I speak to parents and they say, my children won't eat vegetables. My children won't eat healthy. They won't eat real food. And then I look at their food diaries. We need to lead by example here. We need to be the role models. We need to be seeing that our children are sponges and just going to absorb everything we do and see and say. And chances are, I think, because that's going to be pushed out onto your body. So how do we do that? We need to focus on a good routine. Honestly, get these screens off in the evening. Don't be going on YouTube. The amount of times I see people say, I can't sleep without YouTube. No, YouTube is the reason you can't sleep. Get your screen off an hour before bed and get to sleep and wake up at pretty much the same time, Monday through to Sunday, every single day, even at the weekends. It will help your body not be socially jet lagged. That's going to help you improve your body knowing when it needs to get to sleep, when it needs to release the vital hormones to allow you to get to sleep, and when it needs to release the hormones to allow you to wake up in the morning. Because if it doesn't know whether it's coming or going, how is it going to release hormones that make us fall asleep and make us wake up in the morning? It's not. It's not going to effectively be able to do them. So that means that if your child doesn't get to sleep straight away, and you're actually getting them to sleep an hour later, which is eating into your Netflix time, don't watch Netflix or Prime or Disney Plus or Paramount. Other services are available. Don't watch them. Simply do not watch them that night. Go to sleep or go get a paperback book or hardback book, a real book, and read this before you go to bed. The other things that are going to help your sleep, as we said, protein intake, fats and fiber intake, making sure you have a hydration switch off. What we say by that is trying to get your hydration up through the earlier part of the day. And about 3 hours, 4 hours before bed, stop glugging loads of water, stop chugging it down, and make sure we're just sipping if we need it. And the other thing there with sleep is your caffeine intake. Caffeine has a half-life of around 5 hours, and it takes, I believe it's 5 cycles to get 95% of it out of your system. So that Americano you have in the morning at 7 a.m., at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. the next day, there's still 5% of that in your system. So the more we have every single day up and up and up and up towards bedtime, the worse it's going to be for helping us sleep. Yes, we may think it's giving us energy, but caffeine doesn't give you energy. Caffeine just stops you feeling tired. Let that sink in. It's actually going to borrow energy from tomorrow to fuel today, which is not necessarily a good thing. And yes, I do have caffeine, I do have my coffees, but I make sure I'm aware of when I'm having them, switching them off before the later afternoon. And the other thing we can do is work on our stress management. As I said, yes, it's easier said than done, but working on breathing techniques, box breathing, where you're in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, just paying attention to your breath. If you're feeling a bit stressed, how are you breathing? Are you breathing a lot more through your mouth than through your nose? Is it faster than normal? Just stop for a minute or two and be present. Focus on your breath. Focus on that in through your nose, out through your mouth. Most of the time, this can really, really help us calm our system down, our stress systems down. And the other thing we can do, something that I've worked on a lot, is a 3 breath reaction. It took a while to get it into place. Definitely if you ask my wife, she may say that sometimes I don't get it in place, is that we react instantly with a click of the fingers, with a snap of the fingers. But if we take 3 breaths before we react, it may seem weird for some people, but if we take those 3 breaths, it allows us to consciously and not subconsciously react. It allows us to think, do I need to shout back? Do I need to swear at that person? Do I need to be as reactive? That person's cut me up. So? That person's cut me up. They may not even know they've cut you up. So you getting angry, who cares? No one got injured? Who cares? Like, don't react to it. Then we have things that we can add in like yoga nidra, a meditation technique. If you search YouTube, it's a really powerful technique for people that don't feel they can meditate. And you can do it in like 5 or 10 minutes. And one of the things to do, that if your child is constantly just at you all the time and you're going to the toilet literally to take these breaks to have 5 minutes by yourself, just do some breathing techniques when you're on the toilet. Literally, just 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out, or even just pay attention to your breath when you're on the toilet. And ironically, this doesn't happen overnight. We have to do it over time. We have to build our routines up over time, especially when it comes to sleep. Our body has built ourselves into these routines for years, before our kids came, now when our kids are here. And we need to just slowly just unpick these routines one step by another step and replace these bad habits with good habits. And people that say, I can't build good habits, they're just habits. You can build them because you've built bad habits. And it's the systems like this that we work on in the Healthy Parent Club. Month by month, we work on building the habits specific to the individual, specific to their individual needs. And we help people stay accountable on their habits. So if you want more information, drop me a message or go